Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D 4X as I often do on the weekends. 2D 4X is the working title for a post-apocalyptic game that I'm making. I broke it. Oh, I can still click on stuff. Uh, this is broken. This is where I left it last time. Oh, um, was with a bug. I don't. It's a null check. Is gone wrong here. So we're gonna fix that. Currently, it just takes place in Oregon, but it's going to take place in, well, a little bit of Washington. All of North America, post-apocalyptic, open source game in Godot C#. This is exactly where the problem is. Basically, I never had the ability to close this window after you opened it. This is like the county info panel, I call it. It has the county info, as you would imagine, since that's what it's called, of each county that you click on. And I gotta post a hello thing on YouTube just to make sure things are working. For some reason, sometimes the YouTube stuff doesn't come through, and I have to always check every time. Anyways, so that has been accomplished. So here we go. We got this thing, and we need to be able to. So I made it that there was a button that you could X out of this, and then I added some more code so that things happen when you X out of this, and then it started croaking. So we have to fix this. And so basically what it's doing is it goes through, and if this is a getter setter. I don't know why this isn't green, but it will be eventually. Man, it's quiet. I forgot to turn on my music. I have music that you guys can't hear because I don't want to fuck with the copyright issues and all that stuff. So I just play music that I can hear because it's so quiet in my ears, like the hum of nothing. Whoa, this music's very loud. Let me turn this down that you guys can't hear. There we go. So anyways, this is getter setter. So anytime that this selected left click county, which is set when you click on one of these, is set, it goes through, and so it's like looking, and it's like the last one. So it gets set, and if it's not null, it changes the last one back to normal. Then it sets it, and then it changes it to this new one. This is just changing see how it gets the mask on them changes, meaning so you can tell that you're hovering over one of the counties. But the problem is that this gets set as null, and then it tries to set this thing, but it's null. So that is the problem. So let's try this. Is not equal to null. Then we do this. I have a feeling this is going to have other repercussions here. I mean, it will probably work temporarily, but we're trying to set other things going. We might be able to, well, we'll do this thing. Look, it's got some things down there. They'll go away. All right, so we click on this, and now that works. Oh, and it says that this has been updated. So part of this thing that we've been working on, my cat likes to sometimes lay right behind my rolling chair. He's never been crushed yet, but man, come on, kitty. He's like, he has these crises where he just wants to be close to me. So there's a couple of things going on here. These two items, this is influence and this is money, are like faction wide. So your faction has that, but then also each county has this. This is remnants, this is building materials, and this is food. And so when you click on these, it should show the county amount. And then when you close this, it should show the faction amount, which it works somehow. And that was what I was trying to fix. That was incredibly easy to fix. It's kind of confusing. It's very confusing. I didn't expect that to be fixed in the first 4 minutes of my stream. I expected to have all sorts of issues, but I guess we fixed it. So I have this project here on GitHub. I guess that was it. That was easy. We did it. It's closed that issue. I'm hoping to push to main today. Scavenging isn't returning anything. Is this true? Workers label is not being updated in the county improvement panel. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck am I talking about there? So we have these county improvements. There's a couple of things we have to do to this too. But right now, what it's talking about is if we build a county improvement like this Fisher's Shack, right now it should populate once, well, not right now, once we go 1 till 1 a.m. The idle workers is updating. I wonder if that's correct. So this person is, whoops, I clicked on him. This person is unhelpful, this person is unhelpful, and that one's unhelpful. So they're not going to work. And this is a leader, so they don't work. They work in a different way. So we have 2 people scavenging, which is right. These people are building the Fisher's Shed, which is right. So that all looks right there. Let's run some time. I think it's going to take 2 days for that to be, we'll double check here. That all looks fine. I think it takes 2 days for this to get, oh no, it's done. Okay, 1 day. So this is the part it's talking about. So now the next day at 1 a.m. These people should be working. So these people are working at the Fisher's Shed. But this is where it's talking about this isn't updating. So we need to have that update. And we also need, there was something else. I think I already put this in here. This said scavenge Fisher's Shed. It shouldn't say that. It should just say scavenge. So like this person is now scavenging and these are working. So do I have that on my list of things that are busted? You know, did this not? Yeah, and this under construction thing needs to go. It also needs to be centered over this part, not the whole thing. I think it'll just look better if this under construction is over here. I mean, it all looks like shit anyways. But that's, you know, we're gonna have a beautification time. Back to this though. Wow, there's no next. So I do this thing where I have like next round. So I'm going through each item and going through the next round. We're currently on like research, and we just had to fix a bunch of shit and add some stuff while we go through research. So what happens is like each research item that we add to the game makes a bunch of new mechanics that I have to write and create. So it's kind of an interesting thing to have it set up that way where each new thing that I had to research causes all these like ripples to go out through the code. Now we also got to remember to do localization every time I have a thing. Every time I type in a new thing, I need to actually add it to localization. I've been kind of slacking on that because it's a pain in my ass. I don't see this problem on here, so I'm going to add this in. When a person switches to scavenge, it shouldn't show the last place they worked or built in the poppy. I wonder if it shows it on here. Sure does. Oh, we still have next activity on here too. We don't do that anymore. So let's add in our building the population list and description, and remove next activity from population description. And we're gonna convert these to issues. A lot of issues. These are all issues, and it just keeps going off to the right forever. Issues and features. Going back up here. We're going to put this, I guess we'll just put this at the top. And we'll put this one up at the top. We'll kind of go through this list. Let's do this one first though. Workers label is not updating in the county improvement panel. So what we need to do when we click this, we need to have, we just need to tell it to count the number of workers who are assigned to that thing. So this is the county improvement panel. I have a lot of panels. Since it's a strategy game, it's all UI stuff. It's just all that. So it's probably, let's close some of these. I don't think we're gonna need. The problem is, like, every time I do something, 6 other things have to be opened. Battle control, we're probably a county creator. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I try to keep this down to 2 lines of tabs. Arrays, well, we probably don't need that. That's a public class. The banker, we probably will. These are all pinned up here for a reason. This is actually one thing we need to do. So I'll leave that open. I think county loader, we don't need that open. Research item button, research description, population list. Yeah, I think we need all this stuff. Okay, what the fuck was I doing? So on the county improvements, not the county improvement data, we may need that. I just opened the damn thing. Here it is. So on visibility change, we need to go through. How is this? It's been a long time since I've looked at this thing. Each county improvement probably, I guess we'll just count them all every time it's under the current improvement. There's probably a list in here. I would be wrong. there is not a list in there. How are we doing this? We're just adding it to the parent. It looks like possible and current. And then what are we doing? We're assigning that to that. Okay, so that's fine. We can deal with that. We're gonna have a new method here. We're gonna put it here, and we're gonna call it count workers. And we're going to add this, and we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to go for each. What are these things? I think they're buttons. Yeah, it's a button. For each button in I think it was completed or something. Okay, I would be wrong. It is county improvement scroll container parent. Jesus Christ. I like really long names. County improvement scroll. Why aren't you here? Oh, it's probably here. We'll just copy it. County improvement. Then we're going to get the children from it. Get children. And then, because those should all be buttons. And then we have, let's rename this actually from button to whatever this is. County improvement. Button. And then over here, we're going to go county improvement data, county improvement data. We probably could just do, well, there actually could be faction improvements. No. And it looks like each button has this thing attached. County improvement description button, actually, I think is what we want, not a button. I think, get the fuck out of here. I think we want county, like I said, I haven't messed with this code in a long, county improvement description button. It doesn't like that though. What is this thing that I have down here? County improvement description button. Oh no, I'm dragging. I just must have had a typo in there. So this is going to return this, and then we're going to go county improvement data. It still doesn't like this. I must have some weird thing there. It's got just so many typos today. So then we'll have that. For each one of those, we'll have this county improvement data, and then we'll say county improvement data dot workers, current workers equals county improvement data, current workers count. Is this not? No, not current workers. What did I call this? People, workers. It's called something. Worker at. Where'd this thing go? Man, I hate how that does that. Why won't it let me just jump to it? County improvement data, county population at improvement is what we're going to do here. I think we're actually going to need a null check on this too, because there might be nobody there. So when does this happen? Yeah, on visibility change, if this is so, we're going to say if, actually we need it here. If county improvement data, county population at improvement dot count is greater than 0, then do this shit. I'm pretty sure that's the way we're gonna need it to do it here. And we're gonna do this. And our goal here is just to know how many workers are there. I wonder how we're doing the builders. We're gonna do a county improvement. It doesn't like what I just did. For each county improvement button in, all right, there's something wrong with how I'm doing this because there's 0. There's 0 there. If if this is greater than 0, if this count is greater than 0, then we'll do this. Actually, what we'll do, we'll do that thing. Is less than 1, we'll just return. And else, I'm like staring at the L key, like, is that the L key? No, man. Oh, I hit end. Else do this thing. So if this is less than 1, yeah, because this is alive all the time. I was thinking like maybe this gets created or something, but no, it's alive all the time. I don't know why sometimes it wants explicit cast. I just add it when it so that this stupid message will go away. All that did is add this cast as that. Other times it doesn't give a shit. But that's also, you know, my own lack of C# knowledge is part of that whole thing. I can't believe that one null check thing works immediately. It's gonna screw me later though. I know it. County improvement. Oh, I guess that didn't solve our problem. a lot of times, shit, I'm going to save this. I have this thing. You know what? It doesn't matter. I have this thing from work on my notepad. Let's get rid of it. 47. Yeah, so if oh, maybe I have something in here. Maybe I have something like sitting there like a title or something. I didn't think about that. County improvement data, building, panel, margin container, HBox, current. Current building scroll container. I think current building VBox. So it's underneath here. Yeah, I have a title in here. So what we're gonna do, then I guess this is less than 2. So if there's 1 in there, we'll bounce it out. But we're still gonna have an issue here. We're gonna have to do. I think I can do skip, and then you go 1, and it will skip 1. After the specific index, a specified number of elements. Yeah, we want it to skip 1. Man, I know, like the amount of things I've learned from the start of my programming journey here. And I still have so much more to go. All right, so we took care of that. Then we should say yes to this. All right, I was thinking like maybe we need to update this, but we don't need to update this because there can't be anyone building it. There never can be. So then at 1 o'clock, we should go back. We're just going to double check this. Then we need a data pass. So this is, except it says 0 builders. So the builders thing is the same issue. Builders are also not getting updated, just like workers. We'll just do this. We'll have one that says count workers. Maybe we'll have like one. We'll have the same thing. Count builders and workers or whatever. In the same thing there. Sometimes I like to just add these in here so that I feel like I'm accomplishing things by marking things off. I want to listen to this song that you guys can't hear. It's Suicidal Tendencies. Sometimes I want to hear it, but not today. Back to this though. Let's make sure there are, yeah, so there's people working on it. And I think it happens so fast, which actually is a test that, do I see a negative? Oh yeah, we got a negative. That is actually good. Huh. You would think that that's weird. That's not good, but it is. So we still have people working there. County improvement, 5 workers. There's just me a lot of little things today. And like I said, I hope we can push this to main because I haven't pushed a main in months. And I like to push to main because when you look at GitHub, a lot of times you just glance at something and you're like, is this person, they haven't done anything in 6 months, but then you look and they've been working on some other branch. And, improving things. Hopefully improving things. So this is going to count workers. We also need it to, so that fixed it. I guess we can close this one. Workers is done here. Now we needed to count builders. I said a second ago, like, I wonder how we're doing with this with builders. We're not. Let's rename this to count workers and builders because it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing that's different is this. No, it's not. I take that back. You know what? We don't differentiate between, that's why this is called county population at the improvement. We don't differentiate if they're working there or not. And this could turn into a clusterfuck later. But what we could do is just go, come on, man. That whining complaint there was, I was about myself. Current builders. And this actually should be at the top. It's basically the same thing. We'll move it up. We're going to need to reset this, though. So let's look at the county improvement data here. Do I have... This returns true, but then we also could reset current builders equals 0. I don't know why. Current workers, though, because this is just setting... This is setting the thing. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. That shit gets hidden, but I mean, I have a feeling it's better to preemptively zero out stuff instead of later wondering why shit is happening. Like, why do we have 7 builders on here? Because I think we are going to... So with the buildings can get damaged. I mean, they can't right now, but eventually they will be able to get damaged. That's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a county improvement. You know, the other thing we need to do... Okay, so then we have 5 builders. The amount of construction is just happening too quickly. Do we have more on this one? We do. I can't click on it, though, because I probably don't have enough influence. Lord Mac, how's it going? Yeah, I don't have enough influence to build this thing. So let's actually do that longer one and make sure that the building amount is going up. I think we're doing some like rolls and stuff. Maybe I just need to make it cost more. 2 builders. Actually, it's good that we'll have another thing here. Unhelpful. Building the lumberjack station. Everyone else is scavenging. 2 builders. Amount of building. We have anything in the debug thing? Two builders got 10 done. Is that what I wanted? That seems... I bet you under globals there's some sort of like amount built. I have all these variables that will be adjusting at some... Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, so that is... just the game. I was just kidding around. Because I had a null check that I had to fix right at the beginning, but it kind of seems fun. Like, what would a brain null check be? It checks to see if the information is there. If it's not there, then what does it do? It return. You just go, eh. I don't know. All right, we fixed that, and that works as we want. So that's pretty good. We can close this thing. And actually, my work on Thursday night, I took the day off because my mom was in town on Thursday, but Thursday night at like 1 a.m. I started getting all these messages and stuff, and all my friends were like, did you see that the internet's down across the world? When you wake up, your job's going to suck. And so I was like, oh, great. Because that CrowdStrike thing. And when I woke up for work, I was expecting some kind of pain, but nothing happened at all. It was just a normal work day. CrowdStrike had no effect on me at all. So let's see here. This is the thing where we have that next. You didn't notice the thing either? Yeah, I think it only... Well, so my boss actually was flying to New Jersey, and it affected him. He got stuck in Atlanta. So we have on the population description panel, we need to delete this. I'm just going to delete it. A lot of times I like hide stuff for a little bit just to see how it, make sure we don't need it or something, but fuck it. Let's get out of here. Oh, you didn't hear about it? It was some antivirus got an update. Whoops, this isn't going to work with this thing. Some antivirus got an update that blue screened on reboot Windows computers, and you couldn't fix it unless you like booted it a specific way and deleted something, and it wiped out like airline, banks, all sorts of stuff. Somebody probably got fired. Actually, it's funny. It said that I read something that the guy actually forgot a null check, since we were speaking about null checks. So, yeah. Yeah. It's easy to make simple mistakes like that, and it's kind of shocking that they don't. So the thing I was thinking about that is, why did they push the code without testing it? Like, I don't know, like push it out to the customers. It seems like they should be testing that stuff. I know it's antivirus, so they gotta release it somewhat quickly or it's pointless, but they should at least have a test facility. When I started IT, like the thing that everyone said is that you should have like a test server, like a server, because we had servers in building back then at my job, like a test environment that you would test everything on. And I kind of tried to do that for a while, and I just pushed it to production. Whatever, I'm not coding. This change goes straight to production. That was yeah. Punch cards. Now, when I started work at my current job, which was like 10 years ago, we had servers. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, making sure this thing is gone. And then we might get some bugs. Yep. See, something's still trying to interact with this, and we need to get rid of it. Yep. Next activity. These things need to go. Maybe I just wrote them in there. Are we even like, why would we keep that shit? Let's get rid of it. Next, why is this here? See? Get rid of it. It's gone. Wow. I don't know. Get rid of it. We'll deal with the repercussions later. Yeah, I've always been into computers, but I never had a job for it. Or it as a job. Got my first Apple IIe when I was 10. It was like a family computer, though. All right, we're still good here. Perfect. Nothing's well. Let's check another person. And you know what? Let's spawn someone, because I think part of the thing was like we wanted like some activities to change there, and that all worked fine. I kind of, let's fix this. I kind of don't like that it says current. No, like I said, I've always been into computers, but it was never like, it was kind of hard to get a job. It was cronyism got me my current job. What was I gonna do? Current activity. Let's just call this activity. I just don't like that it says current. That's it. I just don't like that it says current. Get down here. So we're going to change this, and we're going to change this, and this. Oh, we got another spot, I think. I actually, let's look. I think I probably already changed this. Yeah, it just says activity. Win, how's it going? Like I said, my mom was in town, and we were talking about other, people getting into the IT field. I don't remember how it came up, but I was talking about how like there are a lot of people in the IT field who don't have degrees. Oh, you know how it came up is because we were talking about there was some certification that she got for her Qigong thing. She does Qigong, she teaches Qigong. And I was talking about how, like, a lot of in IT, there's a lot of people who don't have degrees, but they make their resume look better by getting certifications. It's like a huge industry of selling certifications. Uh, some of them are completely useless. Remove next activity from population description. We just did that. And when a person switches to scavenge, it shouldn't show. It shouldn't show the last place they worked or built in the population list. So we got something wrong here. Back to our. This is going to be under county. And it's under occasional needs, but is this the spot? No, it's not under occasional needs. It's under, we need to check for scavenging food. In fact, I'm trying to think. I don't think any of my friends in IT have degrees. And one of my friends is like crazy system admin, knows multiple programming languages and stuff. It's all through just being interested. I feel like that we're the last generation that's going to be able to do that, though, because it's, computers didn't exist. I mean, they existed, but not to the point. Okay, so this is updating the activity. And this just changes this. I wonder if we should put in, I had that switch I deleted. Exactly, Lord Mac. That's exactly what it is. My mom's not Chinese, though. I'm assuming you could tell. Chinese people and old hippies. So I had that switch that was in here, and I think maybe that's what that was. But it was like it was doing a bunch of garbage, and I deleted it because it had so much garbage in there. So we could check. Basically, what we need to do is null out. So there's two ways we could do this. We could put a thing where we null that out, which wouldn't be that hard, but then we're updating two things. I think we'll just do that. Who gives a shit, right? Update current county improvement. I'm hmming because I'm wondering if they're still on that list. When do we take them off that list? They must be getting. They must, like, on their list of workers. We could check now that I put that thing in there, actually. We can't see it, though. But we can do this. We could do this. We can go to here. Let's see, though. We have to have something built. Trying to think if this will even tell us. I think, actually, let me think. What was it? People at county. We'll just go and search for it. County population. Actually, it was wrong anyways. Remove population from county population list. When do we do that though? Remove county No. 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 Go back to here. Go find this again. Now find this big long thing. It's never used. Otherwise, they call it like a brain fart in, I don't know if they call it that in other places. The United States. So I wrote this thing. I bet you, though, we're clearing this. I bet you this is cleared. In county improvement data, you know, I am always constantly doing this. I'm constantly checking to make sure I did stuff and that it's already done. And I should probably just wait until the bugs start imploding. In fact, look at this shit. It's right here. This is where I added that null thing. Completed improvements, county improvement data set, county improvement complete. Yeah, so this, I guess we'll put this here. We need that to be null though, and I wonder if it will give us a bug. We need to do it. Let's see, so we're gonna do this one. We should do it with this one. We should let that run. We have no idle workers. Look, everybody's scavenging. Nobody's unhelpful. We're going to go to here. We're going to let 1 day pass. We don't have any bugs. County improvement. We have 5 workers. I think that from what we can tell... Oh, actually, this would be easy to work at Fisher's Shack. It did not work. Work Fisher's Shed. No, that's right. That's right. How are we going to test that? It's only in rare circumstances that those people will switch to other things. I guess we'll just run it again and we'll hope we get those rare circumstance. That's all we can do, right? County improvement. Oh, I don't have enough influence. I was going to say, let's build 2. Damn it. We don't want everybody or everyone. I think that will fix it, but it's one of those things that, you know, the minute I don't check it, it's not going to work. And then like 2 weeks from now, a month from now, it will break. And I'll be like, what the fuck is this? Because I never was able to test it. We have the workers. And... Okay, so this guy kicked over. This is right. All right, we fixed it. At least my test says we fixed it. So let's get rid of that shit. And I didn't see any bugs in there. Remove the word county from the title in the population. Well, that can't be that hard, right? So that's going to be... where we set that, the population list UI, I just have like county in here somewhere, but I'm wondering if I did any localization, because I did start working on localization and I should probably be more diligent on doing that. Oh, here's some right here. No, it's not. I take that back. But we just want the word county. Well, it's going to be capital, and it's the whole word. That's not it. How are we getting this thing? Current activity. Update activities. We want to update the title. Is this the population row? This is. I just want to get rid of this word because it just seems dumb. It seems redundant. It's some on visibility change. We hide those things. We hide all those things. We adjust the controls. We pause the times. If is visitor list is equal to false. The fuck is that? Visitor list, all titles, population list, all text. I haven't opened this up in a long time. And this is going to go away. This is going to go into that thing. Here it is. Pop list. So I haven't done this in a while. I gotta remember how this works. We gotta go to, I don't know why I moved that off the screen. It doesn't matter. I gotta go to localization. We're gonna open up this Excel file. And like I said, I haven't done this in a long time. So this is going to be like a title underscore it's actually, I mean, it is a title, but it's also just the word population. We're getting rid of this word. So we just need the word population. So let's do, I don't know, like, what the best practices. I looked at someone, you know, Joker, who comes into chat sometimes. He sent me a link on my Discord to, there's like a localization spreadsheet that you know, the world has been adding to slowly with like video game terms with this type of stuff. So I looked at one to see if that was like to see how they did it. And I was somewhat similar. So then we're going to go population, but I don't remember how they did words. Like if they just said population. And then if I remember correctly, I can translate this. And then it will bring it over here. And then it gets all weird when you do this. Like it doesn't like it when I copy. No, it worked. Okay, so we have Spanish and English right now. So we're going to comment this out, and it's going to bust a bunch of shit, but that's okay. Then what we need to do is we need to go to here. I guess not a bunch of shit. This automatically will translate it, but I think what was happening was you could add it like this, but you couldn't. Oh no, it was word population. And I think actually, man, I can't believe how long it's been. It's been like a couple of months. I think I can just do that in it. We'll see here. We'll just test it. It was surprisingly easy except for a few things. Like you had to translate the full sentence. I'm calling it a sentence. The full text string. There we go. Geez, some programming language. Yeah, so this is wrong. We gotta go. I gotta find one of these. Where am I doing some translating here? Activity, idle, activity. I also could have a typo in there. Word population. Nothing? Maybe I just set these up and didn't use them yet. Oh, you know where they are is, oh, it won't do it, I think, when this is open as well. Word population. Let's make sure, whoops. Let's make sure that this also is. I'm going to close that. make sure that this is like this. And save that. Then go back. I think I did this actually. It's like in a, yeah, like here's skill construction. But this is in code, and I know I did it in code somewhere because I remember recently being like, what is that? And it was because I had to make it translate something. I had to force it to translate because it was in the middle of a sentence. And I think that's what TR. Oh my God. Here we go. So update skills. Here's an example. This is translating it. It's bringing back the skill name. And the skill name is put in under here. If we go, well, we're looking at one. So if this, it's returning this variable, and then we had to force it and tell it like translate this because it doesn't understand when it's not a sentence. And so see how there's two variables in here? I think that's what I got to do here too, actually. And I want to keep up on this because it's going to be such a pain in the ass to go back and update all this stuff. So I think what I got to do here is go squigs tr dot word population. No, it doesn't like that. I need another squigs. It still doesn't. Oh wait, no, there's no dot here. Where was that fucking thing? I should have just copied and pasted it. It's in quotes. Come over here. And then come back to here. And then go down to here. It's very long. We're in quotes. We're in quotes. $. This is returning the variable, though. It's not returning. Let's do this. So let's narrow down my mistakes here, because there's something just slightly off, and we can just figure out. We can build from, because I haven't done this in a long time, and I think this should just be here, and then we go like this. It doesn't like this. Oh, we got to put it in quotes. That's the problem. We got to do this. Because for all it knows, the translation thing just works automatically. So now we've taken, I might need it. I think it might be this too. I might have to reload. What do we have here? Oh, this is that thing that just happens sometimes that I haven't been able to figure out what it is. And it doesn't seem to have any effect, but I still rerun it till it goes away because it only happens every once in a blue moon. Okay, so see, this is working. Population, is that spelled right? Seems strange. Okay, so this is how that should be, but we need to add this to this other thing. And I think where it starts getting weird is when. So that is how that should be. Let's try this again. Maybe I had a typo. I think it's part of it is the. No, that's right. Like once again, it has to be like a sentence. It doesn't like being broken into. So you have to like translate it first and then move it, put it in there. Yeah, I think that's the case. So I think See, like how this isn't a, what happens if we get rid of the dollar sign? Just out of curiosity. It's in quotes already. We're gonna have to be like, every time I do this, and I do that for, I'm gonna have to be fucking with shit. I think it's because it's being added on. I think that was the thing I couldn't get to work. So let's do this. Let's do a string, translated string, word population. I think it's still on my clipboard. It is not on my clipboard. Oh God. Word population, comma, plus translated string, and then let's see what happens here. We'll make it work eventually. It gets kind of crazy when you think about this. Oh, it still didn't do it. What happens if we go like this and we squigs this thing, and then we get rid of this, and we go like this, and then we go like that. And then what is this? So if you have like a I was thinking about this. If you have a paragraph, right, in my Excel file, let's say, you have a paragraph in the Excel file that you want to translate to Spanish. And so you use like a translation tool and you translate it. That would probably work, right? Because it's going to translate. It's not going to come out good, but it's going to work. And it's going to translate that paragraph. But if you have like a randomly generated paragraph where things are getting added in throughout the paragraph and then you translate it, it's not going to work because the paragraphs, like language doesn't work that way. Yeah, it just doesn't like it. I think how did I do this? We know that this alone works because we just saw that it worked. It's whenever you add another thing in where it gets really, like, I think I went through the same exact process before too. I think maybe, I wonder if we can do that, that force the translation on here. How did I do that? I went like this. With the TR. But see, it's not a variable. Where was that thing? It was under, see, it's not a variable. But we could do this. We force translate this thing. If you're just doing the basic translation, that's actually kind of a Godot thing I've noticed. If you're using, and also I've noticed this with tutorials too. If you're just doing the basic stuff, it works quite easy. Exactly. But the minute you go outside the basics, you start kind of running into trouble. Not trouble that's not solvable. It's just that there's not very good support. Not support. Very good tutorials and text and documents on it. And I notice that a lot actually with tutorials. So you'll be watching a tutorial, you'll be like, this is fucking easy. You do it. It's easy. The minute you add a slightly more complicatedness to the tutorial, it breaks because they've written the tutorial to only work with that very specific thing. And because so many people also copy the tutorial, like they make a tutorial, the minute a tutorial comes out, some like 10 other people copy that tutorial. You're basically watching the same tutorial by 10 different people. It's kind of strange. Not strange. Whatever. Okay, so this is fine. I guess we'll just say we'll rename this to something. Um, tutorial. Yeah. That actually needs to be. Someone should write. Someone should do that. Um, I'm just gonna call this population string. We'll worry about it later. That works. And and I could be doing something wrong. I don't think that I'm doing this right or wrong. This is just the way I figured out how to get it to work. But I am gonna take a quick break. I've knocked out so many things already this morning. Let me find my break timer here. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Hey, you're gonna get squished. All right, I am back. Let's see what we got here. We got another thing taken care of is what we got. Let's double check. Portland population, perfect. Let's get rid of that. Under construction should be centered over the words, not the whole panel. If this is a pane, I'm not going to do it. What we're talking about is this. See how this is centered? This needs to be centered over the words, I think. And then it also needs to go away when it's been constructed. These are a lot of little things that have just kind of built up. That's this one, but it actually is getting instantiated. And I don't think I'm pulling anything from disk. I might be. I probably am. I thought that was, oh, you know where it's under UI scenes. Could search for it, I suppose. This is it. So under construction label, it appears right there. This is going to be kind of like, we have to make it center on like every time because it's supposedly supposed to work with different screen sizes. I mean, it does. Can I make this smaller? It does to a point. I just noticed there's like this tiny line up here. There's a tiny line up there that now I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that. So if that's the case, we probably need to move this somewhere. Not there. We could actually have it at the bottom instead of a... I notice it's kind of hard to read. It's kind of big in that case. You know what? Let's just put it at the bottom. That's actually an okay... We don't need it this big, though. Somewhere I have adjusted the font size here. Let's go to 24. And I noticed when I changed that, the whole thing kind of got weird. We also, it looks like we want this. Okay, that didn't do anything. Do I have like, is this VBox container something weird? Oh, it is kind of weird. I wonder why it's that way. There's probably a reason why I did that. Like it looked weird if it got too close to the sides. So I'm going to leave it like that. And we need to be able to turn this on and off though. I mean, it needs to turn off. It's busted basically. It never gets turned off. So we're going to fix that next. Let's see how this looks though. Joker, how's it going? I was just talking about you. I forget what I was saying. It was good stuff, I think. Yeah, actually that looks fine. I swear it was good stuff. All right, so this needs to be hidden. And then we need to turn that off. And name your layers. What's wrong with my layers? Oh, you mean these things? I don't know. Let's see. So that's going to be under... Is that under this? Does it... Let's see if it's controlled here. Oh, it's called deferred. Look at this. What is this? It's gone is what that is. If equals under construction or complete. I don't know what that is. We need to see. Oh, here's another thing we can translate actually. If we wanted to do that right now. We have a banker in here too. Let's see here. We want to, these should have probably all be, like, look at this, all these if statements. These should be probably be in like their own methods. If county improvement control dot instant equals or dot visible equals true. If the research description panel what? Oh, because this works for both. I forgot. So this works for both. These buttons get put into both spots, into research and man, I'm gonna roll over this cat. He just won't go away. He just wants to be behind me, and it's just bad. That's what's gonna happen. Is the cat is gonna get a broken leg or something, and it's gonna be awful, and I'm gonna feel terrible. I wonder if I should just do this now. All this I really don't want to, but it sure would keep me on the path. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I said Joker gave me a link to a list for translations of commonly translated video game words. So I don't see anything about under construction. Maybe I just missed it, but under construction label has to be on here. Here we go. So if the status equals none, so then if it equals anything else, it shows this under construction thing. So let's not do it this way. Let's cut this. Let's write a new method called check for under construction label. And then we'll generate this thing. This is older code. So we have under construction label shown if county improvement data status is equal to all enums dot status dot under construction, show this thing, else under construction hide. And there we go. And then I'm not sure. I think we might have to check for something else here. It seems like we're already checking. We're already running that every time we put something under construction. But let's double check here. All right. It's weird seeing it down there, but I think that's fine. I think it's good enough for what we're doing. And then we got to run a couple of days. I should have done that. I should have done the other one. We got to run 2 days, I think. And then there we go. It's done. So we fixed that problem too. Well, we fixed 2 things by just moving this. And then, you know, Lord Mac had a good suggestion, Joker, since you make tutorials. Make a tutorial about how to make a tutorial. When a county improvement is completed, the label should be hidden. We just did that too. We knocked 2 birds with 1 stone there. Okay, figure out why it's updating the resources label so frequently. We don't care about that right now. Scavenging isn't returning anything. So that's going to be a little bit, I don't think we need this anymore. We don't need this alt text. I got rid of that thing. Yeah, let's delete that. We're going to try to really, one day, do all of these things. I really should just concentrate every time on localization. I have to mentally prepare myself for that, though. County improvement control, we don't do that. So back to this, it seems like what we're seeing here is that we aren't actually getting scavenging. I guess we can look at this. Well, we have 9. I think we are, because we have 9 remnants in 3 days. 1 building material. and 2 food. Now let's close this, totaling 14, 2, and 4. Wait, did that update when I was clicking on this? This isn't updating. See what's happening here? It updates one time. These are different. See, this is 9. This isn't updating. So when we click on a thing, when we click a thing needs to happen. That's going to be under player controls, which I don't look like I have it open. You know what? Let's click on research. I did change something over here. Okay, it seems fine though. Player controls. So let's see how we're doing this. So it will already left click, left click on a county. I commented this out because it should be happening in visibility change, except that it's not. The problem is that this is wrong. Is basically is what that is. Top bar does need to update the resources, but this is so this is left click on a county, right? Yes. So we need to do this thing. Oh, I can use that thing that guy suggested the other day. I think it's control space. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. Let's go. Is there an instance on this thing? I think there's an instance on this. Let's see if control space. Yeah, it doesn't help me right there. I used it when I was offline. I was like, hey, this thing is useful. But let's go over to here. And update label with county amount. Update label with county used amount. Update influence. We need to see county level resources. Update resource labels, I think, is actually the one we want. And it will automatically check. Yeah, so update resources label is what it's called now. Except we need a thing here. Get the fuck out of here. If I do this and hit space, it kind of helps. It's a very specific thing. Okay, so this now that should, fingers crossed here, work. I think that summary thing the guy suggested is good, because I can put that in. At this point, they're the same. So let's run this for a day here. And we're only getting one of these. For some reason, I was thinking we're getting multiple of these hits, but it's just one. So, and that works. This -1 should be -1. Yesterday, I guess we produced one less than we used. I believe that's working, right? I think that's, so we got, I don't know, I should do the math, but, and then if we close this, it should add them all up. I should do the math, but I'm just not going to. I'm going to wait until it's a terrible disaster. This is returning thing, so I'm going to just get rid of this. That must be an older one. Figure out why it's updating the resource labels so frequently. What am I talking about? Figure out why it's updating the resource labels so frequently. I think it's talking about this, and I mean, it does happen all the who cares, right? Who cares? We'll do some optimization down the road. Who gives a shit? This is the thing, and the summary thing I think will be useful because a lot of times I write like a paragraph above a method and it'll be able to hover and see it. Check that we're removing available county resources when we are scavenging. So what that is talking about, and I don't think we are, is these numbers. Oh, it says scrap. These numbers should go down. These are the max amount you can get of scavenging. I don't actually think we put a check in here either to see if there's any food available, because they shouldn't scavenge if they can't get anything. Add a check to make sure there is enough scavengeable items in the county to even bother to scavenge. Okay. So that's another thing we got to do here. And it's kind of in here. But yeah, we didn't take any out. That number should go down. So workday over for population. We're using those. Day start. We need to do copy county resources. Do all this shit for the end of the day. That's not very informative. This is going to be decide which county, what, I don't know what that is actually. Well, I can't remember exactly what that does, so we'll not do that. Is there enough food? Population eats the food. Population workday over. Generate scavenged resources. So here is where we're doing this. It's workday over under population AI. What? Thought we got rid of you. Workday over. This generates resources through work and scavenging. It also adds, I know, right? If I can't remember what I was talking about, it also adds additional, or adds improvements construction. Okay, so that's what this workday over thing is. It's pretty dumb we're passing through this county thing. And it's pretty dumb that this is in population AI, but we're gonna just leave this mess for the future me. Workday over, so then we generate these scavenged resources and add resources to county. If random resource number equals 0. Okay, so this is between, they're gonna either scavenge canned food or they're gonna scavenge. You know what we could also check? Yeah, we're getting stuff. Right, exactly. I saw a meme about that on like Reddit or something about kicking programming things down the road. This is kind of, oh, here's another time we're updating the resource labels. Do we really need this to update here? Because it's going to happen all the time. Let's do this differently. Or let's just get rid of it. Let's just comment it out and see what happens. Not delete it, because I know that that's a terrible idea. So this is adding resources to county. How this is set up though is many different things could be adding the resources to county, and it could also, so we need another one of these. This is the banker. We're not going to do it in the banker though. We're going to say we'll have to add a second thing into that list. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter where I put this. This is now becoming quite large, and I don't really know what to do with that. This is going to be public void remove resource from available county totals. Sure. So we need to pass in here all enums dot county resource type, and it's going to be called resource type. And then we're going to go, it's actually, we're going to have an if. It only can be two different things. If resource type is equal to canned food, then we go I don't remember what I called this. Scavengeable remnants and scavengeable, let's call this canned food. And then hopefully I didn't break a bunch of shit. Scavengeable canned food. We need an amount in here. Equals negative equals amount. And then we'll have an else in here. Start over. You know, Project Zomboid. Rim. Hey, maybe I can use that control space thing. Oh, it worked. It's weird. Control K does that in Outlook. It tries to finish the thing for you. Like I said, I wish they would make these all the same. Make a Roblox game. I would have to start learning from everything. I'm actually gonna make this an else if, and I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna put down here, I'm gonna put a thing in here. Why am I doing this? Just in case. I have a feeling that I'm gonna try to do something way down the line. I'm gonna be like, oh, I already have this, and I'm gonna your resource type is wrong. We're gonna have all these weird caps too. Okay, we won't. Project Zomboid. So Project Zomboid, they had written a bunch of the game, and then like they lost the laptop it was on or some shit. Like all the code was on, so they had to rewrite it from scratch. And I bet you it came out better. You know what I mean? Like the second time through, or at least that's what the rumors say. Is that that's what happened with? Uh-oh, not canned good. Remnants. There we go. All right, so from here, we're going to go back to workday over, and then we're going to go, they generate the county resources. County data. See, this is dumb that I'm passing this in. Let's just fix this. We're going to make this a county data. There's no reason to pass in this county. Oh, except that we're going to have to pass in a county data here too. That's okay. County data dot remove, and then we're going to pass in, oh shit, we don't know the type. You know, this county, Project Zomboid is good. This was years ago when that happened. We don't know what they're scavenging at this point. So we're going to actually have to put this somewhere else. This is what we're going to have to do. Oh, man, but then we're going to have to... It will be fine. Let's fix this stuff, though. And then we'll do this. And then we're going to go to you. And then we're going to make you. Look at this. I have this like so built in to be a goddamn county. What a pain in my ass. And so here is where we could do it. Here's where we could do it. We go county data. Remove. And then we pass in this, except now we have another problem. We don't actually know how much we generated. This is an int of amount. So what we could do, though, is get this out of here. Yeah, I played so much Project Zomboid in my life. We can do this. It's one of those games that I've played so much that I feel like I don't want to play it anymore. It's not the game's fault. It's same with like RimWorld. I've played so much RimWorld. What is this comma up to? And I bought that newest DLC for RimWorld and then didn't play it for like, 5 hours. It was pretty fun, but it was just not. All right, so we'll generate these. This is the amount of that we're getting here. We'll remove this from here. We got to fix this county resource because we actually want a county data here as well. And then we'll get rid of this. Then we got to remember that I deleted that out of there. Now I don't know where the fuck this shit was. It was in here. We're just going to pass in. There we go. Okay, let's follow our breadcrumb trail here. Down this list of bullshit. Then we're gonna go like, what do you want here? What do you want? Then we're gonna copy this, put it down here. That's correct. I thought there was a mistake there. There is not. I hope there is not. We're going to cut this. We're going to go amount. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to go to here. We're going to pass in remnants. Whew. There we go. So now this should remove some from here. This we're going to pass in county data. It's also, though, like when there was another game that I was thinking about that popped in my head about that same thing. Like when a development company releases their first game, their second game usually is significantly better because of the things they've learned. They might also have more money. Money is a thing that influences things. I don't know what this stuff is. This is a different switch. Workday over for population. Let's just run this and see what's going on here. You would hope that the second game is better. I have a few games on my wish list that the comments say that, like, the shovelware. And man, when did that start happening? It's weird. We've talked about this before, like making money off video games isn't necessarily like a thing that people can always do. Um, and um, I think that it's weird. It weirds me out that there's people who are just produce games that just make a little bit. It must be cheap to produce shitty games. Are overly harsh? I don't think so. I don't think on Steam. I think that it's the other way around. They're overly. Uh, I think there's something very strange going on with Steam reviews, because I've played games that were absolute garbage. Like I'm pretty critical, but I'm talking about games that no one has ever could possibly like. They're just trash. And if you go into their Steam reviews, 75% of them are like, "This is the best game I've ever fucking played." It's like, no, impossible. Um, okay, we were checking this removing thing. So this should. I wonder how I programmed in this part though. Like, is this just a number I have sitting there? We'll find out here in a second. And I also think that there's something going on with, and in this I can kind of understand. See, this is what it updated twice when I clicked on there, but then it only does it once. After that, I'm gonna run this again because I want to see something. Because it might actually just have been updated once when the game started, and then so we got 141. Yeah, it does update twice when you click on that. I wonder why. See, it only does it once when it's already open. So when this thing opens, it must, the visibility change does it, and the click does it. That's what's happening. County Improvement Panel, where are you, my friend? So we should be probably, yeah, so this is on visibility change, but we're actually doing it on the click. Let's see if that fucks it all up. So anyways, I think that there's also like people want to support the developers, which makes sense. Like let's say you you pour your heart and soul into a video game and it sucks. The community still wants to support you, and so they give you good reviews, but it also isn't a very fair assessment of a game. And then when I say it sucks, like there's some that actually are just trash, but also there's some where it's like, yeah, this iteration is bad, but they're working to improvement, and so it's like those make sense to me. Those reviews make sense to me because it's like, yeah, you want to support it's some poor guy's fucking. He's poured 10 years of his life into some video game, and then he puts it out on Steam, and everybody hates it. It's just like, what? That poor guy, like he didn't know that he probably thought it was great, and so those good reviews I totally understand, but at the same time I wish they kind of didn't do them, because then it throws, you're like, this has a 90% good reviews, and then when you actually play the game, it's a piece of garbage. So whatever. What were we doing? One, we were making sure that this thing was actually updating, and I think it is. So then we want to see if this number goes down after they start scavenging. So we got to let a day go past. It's probably not going to happen while this is open. Yeah, it's definitely not happening when it's open, but it is going down. So we need to update that while it's alive. This one definitely needs, yeah, so this one definitely needs to be here. I don't think that one does. Going to the sauna. It's definitely, I probably have said this, but I had an apartment where we had a sauna. This is when I was like 20. And we used it once. Well, we tried to use it twice. We used it once, and it did not get it got lukewarm. It got lukewarm. And then the first time we tried it, you got to let it give it some time. Um, and we gave it like an hour, and then we all, went in there with like our swim trunks on. Long story, but it hadn't. And then we sat in there for like another hour, and it never got warm enough, and it turned out it was broken. And then after they fixed it, that's when it only would get lukewarm. Here's where we're going here. So this hits. So this thing is, you don't go to the sauna in summer. It's only a winter only activity. So if we need this to update. So I wonder why I don't have update everything running on the day thing. See, I only have update resource labels. I wonder why I didn't just do update everything in the county. This is the top bar though. So that's a whole different ball game there. Update the county labels. We might be able to take out the update in the faction level so that this runs after. It is also happening pretty much at the same time. I don't think this applies anymore. Part of this doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, you go inside, you get all sweaty, and you come outside and it's 100 degrees out. So this is update the top bar, all the top bar resources. I mean, I'm going to double check, but top bar expendables. Yeah, that's just the top bar ones. I mean, it would be weird if this was over here. The county improvement. So we never really needed to do this. All of these. This is why we weren't updating everything, is we didn't need to do that. None of this shit changed. That's actually, yeah, none of that shit changes if you have it. If you have that thing, I always say open. If you have this thing open and time goes past, none of this shit changes. Except now, this does change. So we do need to have that run. This is private, so we need to have this to be public. And this actually needs to be renamed to remnants. Remnants. See, I should really be doing this in the localization. And then we want it to be, so at the county level, top bar, update the county labels. This is not true. This is not updating the county labels. What is this thing doing? This is what this is doing. Why do we have this? Look at this. That happens right here, and then it happens again if the thing isn't null. Why would we have this in here twice? This makes no sense. We'll get rid of it. This is what we need, actually. This is what we need. We can use this. This is supposed to be, well, I mean, it is now. Globals.instance.selected left click county dot updates. This is a county data though, isn't it? No, it's a county. Update. Can I use that control thing? It doesn't really do it. Let's try here. No, it only works in very specific. Was that in county data? Yes, it was updates. I already forgot. Control space. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. We went in summer, but that seems like that to the sauna thing. But in San Diego, it's like always summer. County data. It's not in county data. It's in. This is all wrong here. This is in county control space. Yeah, it automatically does. There's a specific place where it's in here, and we want the instance, and we want to update available resources. All right, now I just updates the county info control with the county's available resources. I think what happened was I was fucking around with stuff, and then stuff got fucked around with. Let's see here. Let's just click around a little bit to make sure that everything, because I did do a couple of changes. That all looks right. Let's run this till 1 a.m. We have some idle workers and things that are being updated. So idle workers did get updated correctly. We have some stuff here. We got 2 yesterday. We got 2 of that. I guess we used up the food and stuff. And then we'll run this for a day. And there we go. And that worked while let's run that again, make sure that this updates while I'm looking at it. Let's make sure it's a different amount when we click on this other one. It is. So that's all. That is now working. We're really like knocking shit out of here today. It's because I had a bunch of easy shit. I was waiting patiently for the close button to appear, but it was just lower there. Add a check to make. Oh, we already did that. Oh, no, we didn't. We'll put that down. I wonder if we should take the heroes out of the idle workers, show the idle workers. County info panel is below the bottom of the screen. I think that was something that got fixed. I think it was like just messed up, but I'm pretty sure that I fixed that at a different time. So we should have separate idle hero buttons. Idle workers, show the idle workers. I wonder if we should take the heroes of the population count. I think I'm actually going to put this over here, and then we'll add a new thing. How am I doing next round these days? I would keep changing. It's 3. Like, none of these things are crucial. None of these items. So we'll just put this up here, and we'll do it on the next round when we get back, because the other things might change, and then we're finally back to this. But I want to do this thing. We have population AI way down here. It should be up here more. That's what we were working on. We're going to be able to push it. In fact, we probably should look. Talk bar we're on next round too. Okay, there's like 100,000 things in population AI. I wonder if I should push to main right now. That actually might be. We've like taken care of like a ton of like minor bugs. The major stuff is done. This should actually be over here. This should just be up here. I don't think we can. I think we got to finish this. We got to get to this next round. I know there's 1,000 things in here before I can push this to main, but we're pretty close. This should be at the top, actually. and it's gone. We're close. We're close, though. County info panel, it got bumped ahead here. And we can actually move this stuff down to the bottom because we went through a bunch of that. Maybe much later stuff. We should probably be exporting the project before we push it to main to make sure there isn't any. So this shouldn't be at the bottom. This should be way at the bottom. We're getting shit done, though. All right. So I also renamed how it. Let's rename this to the way I've done things now. This should just be 2. There we go. And all right. Let's go through this list. Maybe I'll take like an early or quick early break. Let's go through this list up to this next round thing and decide what we've done, like what I want to do next. I mean, and why I say what we've done is because I think I've already done this one. When generating resources at the end of the day, we need to check the county improvement to make sure it's generating resources, and we've already checked that a bunch of times. We can go to resources here, and we got our 2, 15, and 1. Remnants aren't used that frequently, so remnants are going to like kind of stack up. So we actually know that this is working, so we can close this one. It's literally the same issue that I just closed. It's just in there twice. Add a check to make sure there's enough scavengeable items in the county to, yeah. Population needs to get hit points back if they're not starving and eating food. If they're scavenging, they should check to see if there is other work. I think we did that already. Every day, I think it does that. So that's like one of the main things that made this like rewrite. Well, I mean, it needed to be rewritten anyways. Each person here should research what skill they're using unless they're idle. Then it should be a random research. Heroes may research other things like elitism. This should be done when their jobs are getting checked at the end of the day. Fixed faction level resources. Either have it count all the county researches go away when you aren't clicked. All right, we did this. And it does all of them. It counts all of the county resources. And it's confusing. Maybe we should probably put like something up here. And I think I might have that already in here for next round. We did this. This is already done. I don't know how that got put down there. Scavenge research skill check generates a random bonus to the amount of. I think we already did this too, and this is in the next round. What is it? Why are you all in the next round over here? Let's dump this up here somewhere. I guess we should check this. A need could be a skill since we're treating. Yeah. Whoever has been starving the longest should get the leftover food first. I think we did that too. Maybe, no, we didn't. I was thinking about doing that. I was like, fuck that. We'll do it later. Water. I think the happiness currently will go up too fast when people are. That's why that's not a issue. It's just like a thought. Add sibling doesn't work for H boxes. Just put like another V box or some ship and drop them in there. The flying fuck am I talking about here? Whatever that is, I'm sure I fixed it at this point. Since people are set to work 24 hours, bonuses for overtime, and yeah, we want that eventually. That should be in the next round. Work accidents, next round. Population needs to use resources such as food. We already did this. they use food, and so there's two things. They have a daily need and an occasional need now. And the occasional need like slowly goes up, but they check for it every day, and they might use it, but it's like a random chance of them using it. That's way off. Have the spawn here as working. This I decided not to do. They don't. Let's actually leave that there. I'll put a comment on it. I'm pretty sure we. Oh, it's not a. Let's leave it. Just to think about later. Each person generates a change the random hack to gain something like. Yeah, that's a good idea, but I don't want to do that. Visiting heroes needed. Okay, so that next round is now been cleaned up too. If there is scavenging, they should check to see if there is other work. I'm pretty sure we already did that, but I'm gonna double check. Add a check to make sure there's enough scavenging. That's one of the things that we need to add to that thing. Population needs to get hit points back if they're not starving. Check to see if preferred workers are assigned so it doesn't do it every day. I mean, I'll look at that, but I don't think I care anymore. That's another optimization thing we'll want to do. Once storage is full, they will stop working or start looking for a different job. I think we're already doing that too. Idle workers isn't updating when people are scavenging. Is that true? No, that's not true anymore. It was true for a brief second. But when we rewrote all that code in. I think this is going to be a next round thing, actually. All right, so I think this is a real list here. I'm going to take a break in like 1 second, but I wanted to check one thing here. Yeah, let's archive some of these things. I wish you could sort this. And you can sort it somehow. I hit some hotkey and it sorted all of them. Because when you click done on this, it doesn't put it like at the top. It just sticks it somewhere. I haven't figured out. It's not in order. It seems to be randomly where it sticks it. Because it sure would be nice when you're archiving these. That you could, without look, this one's from this is a 49. I guess I could have just recently closed it. I noticed that this thing doesn't work that well. The more shit you have on here, so I try to keep this. Under, but see how much time I'm wasting dicking around with this shit. I'm just closing anything that's below 400, even though that something could have been open for fucking ages. You know what I was just thinking? Can we just archive all of these? Let's just archive them all. Fuck it. I should archive them all when I push it to main. That's what I should do. That'll be a new thing I'll do. All right, I'm gonna go take a quick break, and then I will be back in less than 5 minutes, and we will start knocking out these. I think this weekend we can finish this and push to main. It'll be great. All right, be right back. My cat was looking at me like, "Why are you walking around? I'm trying to sleep." He moved from getting squished to a better spot, and now he's angry. He's like, "You're walking, keep me awake." He's been very grumpy as of late. He doesn't like either food. He didn't like the food that he eats normally, so I got him different food. Didn't like that either. But he'll eat that over. No, he'll eat the older stuff over the newer stuff. So it's just like, all right. If they are scavenging, they should check to see if there's other work. Pretty sure we already did this. So a day start. Yeah, so what it does is it makes everyone idle. Well, this one checks. I guess we'll double check. This one just checks if they are idle. This would be then at our county level. Once the day is ended, which comes first. Workday over for population. If they're scavenging, it sets them idle. So yes, that has been done. As long as they're set idle. And I think, yeah, then they build, and if they're building, not then they build. If they're building, it does it. Yeah, they're being set to idle somewhere else. And then work. Check loyalty to keep working at. So this checks our loyalty. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to delete it. If I leave stuff there for a while, and then if I come back and I don't want to take the time to figure out why it's there, I just delete it. So this checks the loyalty to see if they don't, then they get set to idle. So that's all. And if they're idle, they get happiness because the goal is to have everyone sitting on their ass at all times. Just like real life, we all want to sit on our ass forever. Okay, so that thing is done. And we can close out of there. Add a check to make sure there's enough scavengeable items in the county to even bother to scavenge. So that's a pretty important one that we didn't check for. So I'm glad I noticed that because 100 years down the road, it should be here. What we're doing, just double check the cat hasn't moved behind me again. Sometimes he gets like traumatized from outside noises and stuff, and he just wants to be like near me for protection. I think sometimes if he gets really, really scared, he goes and hides in this one spot. He used to go. I have like this weird upstairs thing that is useless to a normal sized human. Sometimes he goes up there. He used to all the time, but he doesn't go up there so much anymore. Because I know when he's up there. No, I don't. But if I can't find him, I go look up there. Check for scavengeable food. If there isn't enough food, then have the idle people start scavenging. Okay, so these are like very similar. There's two checks, and I think I broke them out separately because, there's food, and then there's this one. Let's move this one next to it because we're gonna do some stuff here. I think I made them separate just because it was getting confusing, and so we're gonna check for scavenging food if there's enough stored. But before we even do this, we need to make sure that there's enough in the county. So this is in county data. We'll create a new thing. Check enough county scavengeables. Why are you green there, buddy? Because it's not in a thing. Can I make you a method? No, I can't. It's not in a thing. It's gonna be here, I guess. And we'll go like this. And we're going to probably need to pass in canned food. we're going to need to pass in a all enums dot county resource type, and then we're going to get rid of this thing, and then we're going to save that, and we're going to pass in all enums. So this is checking for a faction level, but we actually, they only have canned goods in the county resource type. So canned food. We're going to pass that in there. And then what we'll do, we'll make this return a bool. And we'll go if is equal to true to false. So there's no county food, then we will, it's man because I have that thing there, but maybe it will fix itself. We're going to return. We just want out of there. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So if there's not enough scavengeable, we'll return out of there. And then we'll copy this and we'll go down to here and we'll make this remnants. And if this is, once again, if it's false, it just returns out. It's not even going to bother with that shit. And then we're going to say, how did I do that other thing? Can I use that other thing that I wrote? It's also in here. What was I just working on? It wasn't enough. It was, I think it's, no. It's under enough stored? No. Oh, I only did this in one spot. I tested this and then I didn't do it here. Really? Huh. Well, that needs to be there anyways. I think it needs to be there. Where was the thing I just wrote, though? With the... it was under here somewhere. It's this. Remove resources. Okay, I can't use that. All right. I was hoping I could somehow cobble together some. So what we're going to do is if resource type is equal to all enums county resource type dot canned food, and then we're going to say if available, what did I call that thing? County resource something. Why can I not remember anything at all ever? I used this earlier. Scavengeable something. Would that have worked? Let's see. Not really. Scavengeable food is greater than 0. So then we're going to have another problem here. Currently, it could get less than 0. They could scavenge away more than there's actually there. This is going to return true, and then we're going to return false. What's your problem? Not all if this is equal to that, then else else if, I don't know why I'm doing else if all of a sudden here, but that's what we're doing. Remnants, my music stopped that you guys can't hear. We got an extra thing here. There we go. It's weird that it just stopped out of the blue. Huh. And it will not go forward. We'll play this other thing that you guys can't hear. All right. You know, I don't think I checked. Okay, that's fine. Else if actually this needed to be remnants and else if, and then else something in checking enough, check enough county scavengeables has gone horribly wrong. We should never get here, but we could return false then. All right. So if this is greater than 0, it returns true. So if this thing is that, and all right. So that should be in here, and then we have that in here. Okay, so that thing that I was thinking about is that it can go below 0. I don't know if we care about that. Honestly, we want it to stop it. We want it to say 0, but we don't really, I don't know if I care that much. Like those few things that it pulled out. But let's say you had like 100 people scavenging and there was only one less, you would get like an extra 99. So I guess I do care. So let's go back to this thing. And then on here, this just sets them to scavenging. So then let's go at the end of day. Workday over for population. We're going to generate scavenged resources. Yeah, that still needs to be there. So how it works is they get put on scavenge, but they're not scavenging a specific thing. They're either, they just scavenge and they can find food or remnants. So right here, we could actually put, and I think we can use that same thing if county data check enough county faction resource. No, check scavenge. Check for scavenging food. Check for. Oh, that's not what we got. Enough faction. It's right there. County faction. No, that's not what I called it. I would just type this in. Check enough county scavengeables. Jesus Christ. Check enough. Oh, I wonder if I made it private. Is why it's not showing up. I might have. Check for full cemeteries. We don't have any cemeteries. People just rot on the ground when they die. Eventually, probably do need some cemeteries, though. Damn it. Damn it. Let's go to our county improvement list here. It's under research. We have research ideas, so we're gonna have to add this. That's a research. I don't know if we already have that. Cemeteries, dead people's storage, cemeteries. It's not necessarily always a cemetery, right? That's why I put in. It could just be a big pile. Big pile of dead shit. Check for available headstone. Check enough that we need to pass in. We need to pass in this all Enums County. So is this though? This has to be doing it per person. That's not what I want. Workday over for population. For each yeah, okay. Just double checking here that we're this is then it generates the resources. This is each person it's checking. So this actually isn't going to be that bad. If there's enough, if this is equal to true, we need an extra one of these. I mean, it's not an extra one. What's your fucking problem? This is our. We have many problems here. There we go. It's two problems. If this equals, we have 3 problems. Oh, look at that. We get to ban someone. We get to ban someone. Let's go over cheap viewers. You know what's crazy about that is that I actually was reading about some Twitch person. God, I wish I was trying to think of their name. Who they were saying in this, it wasn't an article, it was like a Reddit conversation, that there's this person who like streams to like sometimes like 2,000-3,000 viewers, but their chat is always like completely empty. No one's ever posting. So this person like just pays for that significant number of fake viewers. It's a bot selling viewers. And we will block the user, and then we will ban the user. And that will get rid of their things. All right. Wonder why they don't do it on YouTube. Is it more of a pain to make a YouTube account? All right, so if there isn't enough scavengeables in the county for canned goods, it just returns, and that's the end. And they'll do that for every single person for the rest of eternity. Not the rest of eternity. And then this needs to be remnants. I mean, it kind of is the rest of eternity. So if there's not enough of those, they will just bust out of there and you don't get anything. And let's double check something, because I just had the thought that we got to make sure they're not getting assigned to that. I mean, I know I just did that, but let's just double check. Yeah, so eventually they won't even get assigned then. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of those bot things. I'm curious how what kind of statistics the bot owners get back. Like, do they know that like 9 people banned my bot, that type of shit? Or is it, I don't know. Let's see what we've done here. Oh, he's back to behind the chair. He just wants to get squished. Trying to think how we were testing. That's why I was sitting there with a blank look on my face. I was like, how are we going to test this? I guess first we'll test to make sure that nothing happens. All these people are scavenging. They're all helpful. We'll run it for like a day. Make sure that this is still going down. It is. And then what we'll do is we will change. I'm not sure where I'm setting that. Let's search for. It's going to be in the county data. Probably at some sort of faction or county generation. This is getting set. Equals max. Where's this coming from? This is under county generation, and it's just sitting in this one. I should probably move this somewhere. Let's put 5. 4? No, 5. So at the beginning, it's going to go. Is that how you put in? You pay for it in breaks. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta get one. The thing is, like the Reddit post or whatever that I was reading. How does that bin it? I mean, it bumps them up, but if no one even, it bumps them up on like the Twitch thing. But if no one's even willing to comment after they've, so many extra people are seeing it, then there's something else going wrong with their whole stream. I think. Okay. So now we should run this. There's only going to be 5. It should, hopefully, people will stop scavenging after we run out of stuff. 5 might have been a little too many, but we'll see here. Okay, so now we have nothing. And then we can, see everyone's idle now. Man, why is everything working so well today? So that I'm getting suspicious. And so we're going to close that. We just created that 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. People need to get hit points back if they're not starving and eating food. That's probably a good thing. So that's going to be under county day end. Probably. We could do it under the county county workday over, but I'm thinking at the very end here we do like a just like a check through all the population and be like, hey, are you starving? And if they're not starving, they get back 1 hit point. Yeah, I think that will be the easiest way. So we'll do like another thing in county data. Check for healing, I guess. And then we'll jump to this thing. Check to see if any population needs healing from starvation or whatever. Because there's also going to be combat. There currently is combat, but it doesn't do any damage. So, yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind when we. Do I have that in combat in here? I'm going to put a note in. Heroes War. There we go. End of day has a check for healing, and I already know I already can think that this is what's going to happen. They're going to check for starvation, I guess we could put it first. We could put this first, this check for healing. Like right here. Then it's, so that way it would hit before, because what's going to happen is they're going to eat, they're going to be starving, they're going to eat, and then they're going to heal on the same turn. So it's going to be like one. So we can actually put this up here. I guess I could have just moved this. We want it right here. So it kind of happened before other things. So if they would have like a day of starving, of recovery from starving, if that makes sense. End of day check for healing. Let's just do this. End of day county data dot check for healing has people healing while they are in the county list. So we need to make sure that when they are in combat, they don't heal every day. That'd be a bummer. That's, yeah, we'll make it an issue. Fuck it, right? All right, so now back to this thing. We have a big nothing here. This is an internal? No. I don't know what that internal shit is. So then we're going to go for each county population in county population list. We should probably also, I'm going to look at these lists real quick. Yeah, this thing's getting out of control. I don't know what, like, when you're supposed to break this apart. I still don't know. That one person in chat was suggesting, but I didn't quite understand what he was meaning. Like, maybe we do want this population AI thing to have a bunch of crap over there, but I feel like all I'm going to do is move everything to a new script and it will be there instead of... Okay, so we don't need the dead people to heal. See, the visiting heroes and armies should heal, but we kind of kick that issue down the road. Armies in the county should heal, and the heroes should heal. Because there could be other things that cause issues, like accidents and stuff. Let's put a next round over here. Heal visiting heroes and armies, as long as they aren't starving. The reason why I put that in there is because there's going to be a policy you can do where you don't allow visitors to eat your food. So part of that will kind of be built in. If you don't have, like, maybe your allies can eat your food, but if just wandering people, because there are gonna be a lot of like wandering groups of people at the beginning until they join you or you kill them, kind of thing. Traders also, like traders as in people who trade things, not as in traders as in they've betrayed you. Traders. English is a great language. So county data, we were doing. What the hell was I just doing here? We need to go for the healing thing. Okay, so for each one... if county population dot hit points is less than max County population, max. Don't I have some sort of max hit points in here? I don't. Okay. Um, you just heal forever. Uh, I find that hard to believe that I would have probably spelled it that way. Huh. I don't have a max hit points. So I guess we've never done any healing. You know, the other thing, well, we would still have to check it every day. Public int max hit points, which we're going to break a bunch of shit here. Give me the broken. Give me. Oh, no, we haven't broken it yet. We're going to update the constructor. Hit points, where are you? Hit points may be way over here. No. Hit points. We're going to go like this. No, we're not. Go like this. We're going to do int max hit points. There we go. Down to here. This max hit points equals max hit points. And then back over to our county generation, which should be broken now, but it's not. Our population, county population generation. You're not going to break for me? There we go. And I've been like putting these things here just so that I don't have to like, I can just put them in here. Except it doesn't look like I did it with hit points. Generate needs. New attributes. Generate attributes. What are we generated in here? Oh, that's a different thing. Where the fuck are my hit points? Global starting hit points. That makes sense. And actually, we can just have this in here twice, honestly. But you know what? That was kind of confusing finding that. So let's do it this way. We'll just do it like that. And then, comma. And so now they'll get 10. They'll have a max hit points at 10. And so then we'll go max hit points if it's less than that. And do we have like a status in here? How was I doing starving? Days starving is less than 1. Then we go county population hit points plus. Okay, so it goes through and it checks for healing. If they have less hit points and they have 0 days of starving, they get a hit point. Now, if it's less than, so they're at 9 and this is 10, yep, then they would have 10. I'm feeling like I should be lazy. I might actually call it a day soon here. I feel like I got so much shit done. Maybe I'll just be lazy though. I want to finish this one part and just put 3 of these in here. The better way to do it, honestly. We'll do it this better way. Where are we doing this? This is at the county level. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it at the. We'll do it like this. This will also make it better if I need to adjust stuff. So we're gonna pass this in. This is the this is the same name as the thing at the top. I don't particularly like that. I know it lets me do it, but I don't. Let's call it. I mean, it just seems like that's like just waiting for issues to happen. Have that the same name. Possible hurt population list. Then we're going to go down here. It just seems like that's just waiting for an issue to happen. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. Then what we can do is on this level, we'll go county data. And what I was saying is like if I want to like stop. Oh, wait, it's a list with notify. All right. Are you missing a using directory? Using globals, we'll just. Oh, I can't do it like this? It doesn't exist. That's not true. How did I do this earlier? We'll just copy over whatever the fuck I had up here. Oh my god, there's so much. There's got to be a way to jump to the top. Control home. There we go. List glow. Oh, it just, there's no instance to it. Okay. Well, now I don't know where I was, but I do have a bug there, so I can jump to it. No, there we go. And get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thank you. Then we'll go county data, check for healing. County data, heroes, counties and hero. And then we'll go check for data, check for healing. I think at some point this is not going to work. We're going to adjust, like right now, armies are just like a list of one person, but we're going to adjust that. All right, so then let's run this. And we will see. You see red in the scroll bar. Oh, you mean down here? It has been fixed. The red in the scroll bar has been fixed. I think the only way to really check this is just run it a little bit and see if we get any bugs. It's going to be kind of hard to tell. I don't think we have. We got negative. We don't have their hit points up here, which is probably something we need. Oh, yeah. I have some red in there. This is wrong. So let's put this in our list, and then I'm gonna call it a day. This should be counties scavengeables can get to -1. I think I just need to adjust one of the things. I'm gonna call it Saturday. Done day. And this hasn't been tested. This hasn't been tested, but I think it is working. Classic maneuver here. All right. And that's it for me today. We actually got like a shit ton of stuff done. And hopefully I'll be able to finish all of this stuff up tomorrow. There's only like 10 items. And then I'll push to main. We'll export the project. And then we'll push to main. Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks, guys. Thank you for dropping by. And I will talk to you tomorrow, most likely.